Hello, my name is Father Matthew, and today I'm going to read for you three of the most important pieces of scripture in the Christian year. And it's the stories of Good Friday, of Holy Saturday, and of Easter Sunday. And I'm going to be doing that from Bob Harman's Rhyming Bible from SPCK, illustrated by Mark Beach, which is a brilliant Bible. And if you're looking for a way of reading with your children's scripture, I can't recommend this enough. But let's start now with the story of Good Friday. When Jesus hung upon the cross. When Jesus hung upon the cross, his hands and feet nailed to the wood, he saw the men who hated him laughing at him where they stood. Priests and rulers, one and all, some were jealous, some afraid. "If you're God's son," they mocked, "save yourself and leave this place." When Jesus hung upon the cross, a crown of thorns jammed on his head. He saw the soldiers gambling for little clothing he had left. He could have given hate for hate or cursed the soldiers' hammer blows. Instead, he said, "Father, forgive, for what they have done, they do not know." When Jesus hung upon the cross, he saw his mother's tears flow down. He watched her grief and agony as she knelt weeping on the ground. "John," he called, "disciple, friend, take my mother home with you. Treat her like she's your mum now. Do for her what I would do." When Jesus hung upon the cross, two thieves hung with him left and right. He heard one thief call, "Save us now if you really are the Christ." "We're guilty," said the other thief. "This man does not deserve to die." "You'll be with me in paradise," said Jesus to him in reply. When Jesus hung upon the cross, his tongue hard, swollen lips cracked dry, he croaked, "I thirst." Then he saw a sponge upon a branch raised high. He wet his lips with sour wine, and as he saw the darkness fall, he cried, "It's finished." Then he died. For you, for me, for one and all. No more crying. When someone you love dies, you hurt deep inside. You miss them so much you just want to cry. The day Jesus died, his friends all hurt too. Peter and John and all the rest of the crew. They were gutted and just didn't know what to do. With sighing, goodbying, and crying. Day one passed, then two, and on the third day Mary went early to visit the grave. She went with her friends bearing spice and perfume to anoint the dead body that lay in the tomb. The day hadn't dawned. They walked in the gloom. They were sighing, goodbying, and crying. But when they were arrived, they were filled with dismay. The tomb had been opened, the stone rolled away. They went and told Peter. They went and told John. "They've stolen his body. Jesus is gone. They've moved him somewhere. Don't know what they've done." More sighing, goodbying, and crying. So Peter ran off, but John, with a burst, spread right past his friend and reached the tomb first. He didn't dare enter, just stuck his head in. Only burial cloths where Jesus had been. What happened, he wondered, his head in a spin, sighing, goodbying, and crying. Then Peter arrived and without delay walked into the tomb where Jesus lay were neatly snatched sheets and the cloth from his head, like Jesus had woken and made up his bed. Was it possible Jesus was no longer dead? No more sighing, no more goodbying and crying. So Peter and John both went home all amazed. But Mary remained and was suddenly dazed when two angels appeared, shining bright in the grave, at the foot and the head of where Jesus once lay. Where did they take him was all she could say, sighing, goodbying and crying. But before they could answer, she heard a voice speak. Why are you weeping? Whom do you seek? It's the gardener, she thought. So she quickly replied, It's Jesus, she answered, Jesus who died. If you've taken his body, please say where it lies. Sighing, goodbying and crying. Mary, he said. And oh, what a surprise! It was Jesus behind her, Jesus, alive! Teacher, she gasped, but he told her to go. Tell all my friends what you've seen. They must know that I'm no longer dead. I have risen, and so no more sighing, goodbying and crying. No more sighing, goodbye and crying. Thank you for watching.